What's up, Ankeny High School?
Today's Wednesday, May 11th, and this is Real Ankeny Productions. A couple weeks ago, Ankeny put on open mic night. Let's take a look at some of the highlights.
Followed by girls soccer tournament of champions.
Is it too late now to say sorry?
Whoa, Sarah Rose, maybe you should leave that for the open mic nights.
But we already had our last open mic night.
Well, maybe it's not for you to perform, so let's leave it up to them.
Your will, I'll keep them still. Drink away this way, Lord, Lord.
I've been sleepwalking, been wandering all night. He's a little shy, so she gives him a smile. Like you said, would you mind sitting down for a while?
How do you feel about going into this game?
Couldn't feel better. It's going to be awesome. Going to rock it, take care of business, get it done, you know? One game at a time.
I'm Taylor Young, I'm the varsity goalkeeper, and I've been playing goalkeeper since I was 5. Even though this weekend was really crappy, we had crappy conditions, I still think that us as a team, we played really well, we gelled really well together, and I think we built a lot off of working together and playing together.
My name is Mariah Anderson. I'm a senior. This is my 3rd year of Tournament of Champions. I thought we played really well this weekend, even though we didn't get the results that we wanted. But I'm really glad that I get to end my soccer career with this group of girls. Everybody come to our home game this Friday.
First walkie at 7:30. Be there, be square.
Real Ankeny Productions will be back right after this commercial break.
Stay tuned.
I am yours. Trust me, and I will lead you on the path. You. Path. Lead. Trust. Like a newborn baby to their family, you will be the highlight of the world. Highlight. Baby. World. Family. Believing that you have the redolence of a divine figure is the first step. Divine. Step. Redolence. Believe. Hawk. For hawks. Specifically for hawks.
It's hard being a student, but imagine how hard it would be to be a Hawk.
Why are you lady killing me? You really need to work on this, okay? Thank you.
Good morning, Ankeny Hawks. It's time for another ID Blitz.
Get those IDs. Let's go. ID, please. ID, please. ID. ID! ID! What are we doing? I need the ID. We can't. You don't eat the ID. You don't eat the ID. I'm writing you up for insubordination. That's it. That's it.
Whoa. Whoa. This is taken. Yeah. There's no room for you here.
You go through school and you struggle sitting through class.
Gotta get started. I know it's late in the period, but it's finally time to get started. So you need to put your cell phones away, quit your Snapchatting, quit your Facebooking, quit your selfie taking. Enough kids have died this year from selfies already. Put those cell phones away and get started. Every day, same discussion, same fight. Are you kidding me, Hawk? All the time, you and this darn cell phone. Put your cell phone away. We're ready to get started.
You think you can make it. You try to fit in. And then it hits you. You can't.
Hey Chris, you hear Justin Bramer got his pilot license?
Yeah, he said he'd take me up around the clouds up there sometime. Let's take a look.
The clouds.
Cherokee 38190, caution wake turbines for departed MD-80 runway 31 at Papa, cleared for takeoff.
3190, caution wake turbulence runway 31 at Papa, cleared for takeoff.
So, every time I go fly, I have to do a pre-flight. So what you do is you walk around, you check the fuel, and then there's a sump under there that you push up with a fuel checker and check the fuel, make sure there's no water or anything like this. This is a Lycoming 4-cylinder engine. It has 2 spark plugs per cylinder. This right here is what heats the cabin. It has the exhaust, and then it has basically a canister around it that takes the heat off and puts heat inside. Check your oil here. This is the prop right here. We walk around and we check to make sure there's no big nicks or anything like that. There's another sump right here to check the fuel that's already in the engine. And then here's another fuel tank. They have wing tanks, 25 gallons per side. And there's another sump back here. And then this is an aileron. You can move that. That's what you control the airplane with. Here is flaps. They should be locked if you can only move them inside. And if you look inside the cockpit, you can see I'm moving the yoke. Then this is your rudder. Controls yaw. And that's pretty much the 1977 Piper Cherokee 140. Right now I hold a private pilot's license. Pretty much anybody can get a private pilot's license. You get a third-class medical from a doctor. You find a place to get your training. So for me, I went to the Des Moines Flying Club. My other favorite memory would probably be taking my mom up for a flight. I took her up for her first flight, and I could just see how excited she was. We woke up super early to see the sunrise, and she was just really excited. I could see how proud she was, and that made me really happy.
Final episode of Pushing the Limits is coming up next, Chris.
Push it to the limit. What?
That's not at all.
No? Oh,
not at all.
Sorry.
Where are they?
Wake up, man. We gotta get out of here. This is a trap. Of course it's a trap. You need to leave now.
Nice of you to join us. You remind me of your father.
How do you know my dad?
I worked with him for several years. I'm sorry you never got to know him. You could have, if it weren't for Ian.
Don't listen to him. He's...
You have two choices. You can join Ian and get you and your friend killed, or you can pick up where your father left off. Now, I find the choice to be quite obvious, but it's completely up to you.
As I was saying, none of that is true. I'm sorry I never told you about your father and how he was an agent. We were the best in the business, and Marcus resented him for never trusting him on missions. That's why things are the way they are, and that's why he was trying to kill you. And now that he sees that you have potential, he just wants to use you as a pawn.
My dad wasn't a businessman? He lied to me?
James, all your father wanted to do was protect you.
I thought he just didn't care. I guess that's why he wasn't home.
Your father loved you very much, James. We went on plenty of missions together, and he always picked the ones that were more trouble than they were worth. I told him he shouldn't do it, that he should think about what would happen if his son grew up with no father. He told me that he needed to keep this world safe for his son, and that was the last I heard from him. When I heard about what Marcus was doing, I owed it to him to stop him.
You think I'm lying? Listen to him. What a sappy story. The mission that your father was on was with me against Ian. It had been revealed to us that Ian was working with the enemy. So naturally, your father and I had to do something about it. I was always on his side, even till death.
He's wrong. I would never betray your father like that.
Of course you would say that now. Back then, you only cared about climbing up the ladder of success. You've got promotions after promotions. It didn't matter what got in your way. Or should I say, who got in your way? James, listen to me. The last mission your father was on, Ian stayed behind in the control room as your father and I continued on the mission. Things started to go wrong, and I barely made it out. And well, your father, if it weren't for Ian's actions, he would still be alive. So who are you going to choose?
If you want me on your side so bad, then just let me go.
Your father was my mentor. I didn't kill him. It was Marcus. I watched him pull the trigger.
I can give you a chance to make your father proud. What can he offer you?
You're right. There's no way he could have gotten all those promotions in 8 years. He showed me his badge, it's not even that old.
Kid, I'm a secret agent. Of course, not everything on my badge is gonna be right. But as for the contents of that folder, well, it speaks for itself.
My choice is Ian.
Well, kid, congrats.
What are you talking about?
You passed the test.
Test?
This whole thing was a test to see if you were ready.
Ready to be a national security agent.
And I passed?
Now you can follow in your father's footsteps. I know you'll do well as an agent.
Hume was telling the truth, for the most part. Neither of us killed your father. It was the enemy.
Wow. Now it's time for your real training. To really push your limits at the academy.
Now about you.
Straight out of UPA, y'all. Is it recording?
Now I'm finally star of the show, like I wanted to be.
Back out a little more. You sure?
Or at least go. Okay.
More like two chalupas, lemonade.
Okay, I'm gonna find my feet or back in here.
Alright, right there.
Quesadilla.
It is a musical. These lines are meant for musicals.
You
Jesse and you
think
walk
I'm
forward,
lying?
Marcus, stand behind.
Listen to him. What a sappy story.
Now, about you. That's all I got.
What a sappy
We'll
story.
shot of Marcus. Reach in his pocket. And then a wide shot of so ignore that line right there. Easy, please.
That's all I got right now.
Doo-doo-doo.